In the previous accounting class, we have dealt with Partnership Act of 1932 and LLP Act of 2008. Right. Now, in this class, we will be dealing with NPO, that is non-profit organization. What are the features of it? How the accounting is done as a part of NPO and how it is registered. What are the factors that affect those things and from where they will get the income. These all are the things that we will be discussing. And the first step we need to remember is what is debit and what is credit according to this accounting. Debit is nothing but what comes in, and credit is nothing but what goes out. Just remember this thing: debit is what comes in, and credit is what goes out. From this basic, we will try to understand and we will expand what is NPO, what are the factors. Now, let's begin. What is NPO? Non profit organization. It is a basic organization which will not work for profit, right? But it will work for the profit of whole society, right? Whole society. That means it is doing good for the society. See, receipts and payment account equivalent to cash book. Here, receipt and payment account is not maintained, but the cash book is maintained. Sorry, in NPO, the cash book is not maintained, but receipt and payment account are maintained. Next, income and expenditure account equivalent to profit and loss account. In this, the income and expenditure account is equivalent to profit and loss account, as well as next the balance sheet. From where does this NPO, that is non-profit organization, get the amount? One is donation from the entrance fee. See, if there is a club, the club that belongs to the old age or to the orphanage, in order to visit those things, they will keep the entrance fee and the admission fees, subscription fees, life membership fee are some of the sources of income for non-profit organizations. These items have separate treatments, some being capitalized while others are treated on accrual basis, right? If you don't know what is accrual basis, we have dealt it in the previous lecturers. You can watch those videos. Next, we will move on. A non-profit organization is a legal and accounting entity that is operated for the benefit of the society as a whole. Here, as we discussed in Partnership Act of 1932, that the organization will work for the benefit of these partners, partner A and partner B. But whereas in the NPO, there is no concept of profit. They will not work for any two persons or some of the few persons, but it will work for the whole society, the welfare of the whole society. See, rather than the benefit of sole proprietor, that is partners, or a group of partners or shareholders, it will work for society as a whole. Non-profit making organizations such as public hospitals, public educational institutions, clubs, temples, churches, etc. conventionally prepare receipts and payment account and income and expenditure account to show periodic performance and balance sheet to show financial position at the end of the period. As we seen here, see, instead of cash book, they will maintain receipt and payment accounts. Instead of profit and loss account, they will maintain income and expenditure account. The same is explained here. See, to prepare receipts and payment account and income and expenditure account to show periodic performance. In order to show periodic performance, what is maintained? One is receipts and payment account and the other is income and expenditure account. And in order to show the financial position at the end of the period, they maintain the balance sheet. So what is receipt and payment account? See, whatever receipts are there, they are written on the left hand side, and whatever the payments are there, they are written on the right hand side. That is nothing but debit and credit. Whatever comes in is debit, whatever goes out is credit. So this is receipt and payment account. Next, what is income and expenditure account? Whatever income comes in is nothing but it is shown on the left side. This is income and this is expenditure account. Whatever goes out is expenditure, whatever comes in, it is income and it is shown on debit. Income and expenditure account is just similar to profit and loss account, prepared for the profit making organizations. What does profit making organization do? They will maintain profit and loss account, whereas income and expenditure account is maintained by NPO, non-profit organizations, right? In case of income and expenditure account, the excess of expenditure over income is treated as deficit. What does? See, in case of income and expenditure account, that is in NPO, the excess of expenditure over income is treated as deficit. That means, see, if income is 10 rupees and their expenditure is 15 rupees, okay, what is it minus 5 rupees remaining? That means it is deficit. But whereas the income is 15 rupees and the expenditure is 10 rupees, then remaining 5 rupees, it is called surplus. Where it is used? It is used in non-profit organizations. Receipts and payment account. Now we will see what is receipts and payment account. It is the summary of cash, bank transactions like cash book. All the receipts, that is capital or revenue, are debited. Similarly, all expenditures, that is capital revenue, are credited. See what we have done. The left side it is debit and the second is credit. Whatever comes in it is debit, whatever goes out is credit. Now what is it? A summary of cash. A summary of cash and bank transactions like cash book. All receipts, capital or revenue receipts, are debited. The capital and revenue receipts are written here, and whatever capital or revenue expenditures are there, they are written on the credit side because the amount goes outside. Next, second feature is it starts with opening cash and bank balances, also ends with their closing balances. This accounting is usually not a part of the double entry system. Do remember, it is not a part of double entry system. It includes all cash and bank receipts and payments, whether they are related to current, past or future periods. Whatever it may be related to current, that means at present, it may be future or it may be past. It includes all these cash and bank receipts as well as payments, and it is written in debit as well as credit side, that is receipts and payment account. Surplus or deficit for an accounting period cannot be ascertained from this account since it shows only the cash or bank position and excludes all non-cash items. See, here there is receipts and here there is payments. As we said, it is debit and payment is nothing but credit. That is what goes out. You can read it. If you want to read it in complete detail, the handout will be provided on the Telegram channel. You can find the link of Telegram in the description. And if you have any query, you can comment it in the comment section below. We will try to answer your queries. Next, the second account is income and expenditure account. See, do remember whatever we are discussing, it is related to non-profit organizations. The second is income and expenditure account. It is the revenue account prepared at the end of the accounting period. What is income and expenditure account? It is nothing but revenue account. It is prepared at the end of accounting period for finding out the surplus or deficit of that period. We discussed what is surplus. That is the extra amount that is remaining with organization. 5 rupees is surplus. If negative amount, that is the amount has been spent from their own account, that is deficit. This income and expenditure account will calculate the surplus as well as deficit. It is prepared by matching expenses against the revenue and period concerned. Both cash and non-cash items such as depreciation are taken into consideration. Do remember, it can be asked in examination. In this account, both cash as well as non-cash items such as depreciation are taken into considerations. All capital expenditures and incomes are excluded. Only current year's income and expenses are considered. Whereas in the previous accounting, that is receipts and payment account, it either may be past, present or future. All the receipts and payments are considered, but whereas in income and expenditure account, only the current year's income and expenses are considered. Next, non-profit organization registered under Section 8 of Companies Act 2013 are required to prepare their income and expenditure account and balance sheet as per the Schedule 3 of the Companies Act of 2013. And this was the same question that was asked in EPFO 2017 examinations. That is, which is that schedule under which the income and expenditure account and balance sheets and profit and receipts account are prepared. It is nothing but under Schedule 3. Next, what is balance sheet? The third aspect of NPO. Balance sheet. A balance sheet is the statement of assets and liabilities of an accounting unit at a given date. If in not for profit organization, that is NPO, the excess of total assets over total outside liabilities is known as capital fund. So you will try to understand it with easy example. Whatever the assets are there, deduct liabilities from that, then you will get capital fund. This is nothing but capital fund. It is also a liability, and it is written on the right hand side of the cash of the balance sheet. Here it may be either liability or it is also called as capital fund. Hope you understood. It is very easy to understand. The capital fund represents the amount contributed by the members, legacies, special donations, entrance fees, and accumulated surplus over the years. If, however, members have not contributed any amount, the name should be accumulated fund. Okay. Do remember, if members have not contributed anything, the amount that is collected, it is called accumulated fund. The surplus or deficit, if any, on the year's working as disclosed by the income and expenditure account is shown either as an addition to or deduction from the capital or accumulated fund brought forward from the previous period. That means, see, if surplus or deficit, if any, on the year's working as disclosed by the income and expenditure account is shown either on addition or deduction from the capital, whatever it may be, whatever may be the surplus or deficit, it is debited or credited on the capital fund or on the liability side, that is on the right hand side of the balance sheet. Next, now we'll see the accounting treatment of some special items. There are some of the definitions that we need to understand. As we discussed earlier, what is the income for the non-profit organization? It may be either donation, it may be either legacies, or it may be by the subscription fee or lifetime subscription. Now we will see the definition of those terms. What is donations? These may have been raised either for meeting some revenue or capital expenditure. It intended for the first mentioned purpose are credited directly to the income and expenditure account, but others, if donors have declared their specific intention, are credited to special fund account in the absence thereof to the capital fund account. See, you will try to understand with easy example. If just think that I have donated 5 lakh rupees for an hospital. There is a hospital and I have donated 5 lakh rupees, and I said that you can use this 5 lakh for any of the amount, then for anything or any purpose for the hospital, then it is directly credited to income and expenditure account. But if I say that use this 5 lakh only to buy a MRI machine, okay, now this is a specific account because I have mentioned it specifically that I need to buy MRI machine to hospital, and it is a donation, and that is credited to a specific account, and it is written on the capital fund account, that is on the right hand side of the balance sheet. It is capital fund account. Next, entrance and admission fees. Such fees which are payable by a member on admission to club or such fees which are payable by a member on admission to club or society are normally considered capital receipts and credited to capital fund. That is right hand side. Whatever the fee they may be getting by the entrance or admission fee, it is normally considered as capital receipts and credited to capital fund. Do remember this. You have to buy out these things as these things are directly asked in the examinations. If it is entrance or admission fee, then it is directly credited to capital receipts and to the capital fund. Next, subscriptions. Subscriptions being an income should be allocated over the period of their accrual. The subscription account is closed off by transferring its balance at the end of the year to the income and expenditure account. What is subscription? Simple, you should understand what whenever you get the subscription fees, it should be directly will go to or credit or debit to the income and expenditure account. Next, life membership fee. Fees received for life membership is a capital receipt. It is a capital receipt. As it is a non-recurring nature, it is directly added to the capital fund or general fund. See, whenever I buy a life membership for a club or organization that is non-profit, then it is only one time that I will pay 2 lakh rupees for my whole lifetime, and it is not reoccurring every month or every period. So it will act as a capital fund and it will be credited, or general fund, and it will be credited to the capital fund directly. Whereas subscription, it will reoccur. Therefore, it is credited or debited to the income and expenditure account. See, we have discussed donations. What is specific also we have dealt. What is general donation? That is, if I am paying 5 lakh to the hospital, you can use it for anything, for any purpose. But what is specific? I need to buy MRI machine only. That is specific. Then entrance fee. It may also be known as admission fee. Entrance fees should be capitalized and added to the capital fund of all organization. If the question gives any specific treatment of entrance fee, then it should be followed accordingly. Then legacy. Do remember this legacy question related to this was asked in EPF examination 2017. So we expect some of the questions from this part directly. Legacy. It is the amount received by an organization as per the will of the person after the death of the person. Do remember, it is as per the will of the person, and after the death of the person, anything that property that belongs to that person will be transferred to the society or club or organization, that is NPO, non-profit organization. It should be capitalized and shown on the liability side of the balance sheet by adding to the capital fund. Why it is capitalized? Because see, whenever the legacies is transferred to the organization, that fund is not reoccurring. That means it is only for one time, and it will be for lifetime as the person has died. So it is considered as capital for the NPO, non-profit organization, and it is written on the liability side, that is on the right hand side. Liabilities or capital fund. It is debit. Therefore, it is written on the liability and capital fund side of the balance sheet or accounting. Next, life membership fee we have dealt it easily. It is also treated as capitalized account and it is written on the liability side or capital fund account. Next, endowment fund donation. What is endowment fund donation? See, I say that I will donate 5 crore rupees or I will keep this fixed deposit of 5 crore rupees in an SBI bank, and I say whatever interest is earned by this 5 crore will be given to the NPO, non-profit organization. Now using only interest that is occurred by this 5 crore rupees is called as endowment fund donation. Now we will try to understand it with definition. It is a donation received, only income from that donation is to be used for certain specific purpose. In such cases, income relating to special funds should be added to these funds on the liability side of the balance sheet. All the expenses should be deducted from the fund on the liability side of the balance sheet. Okay, hope you understood with the easy example that I have explained. Next, treatment of sale of old newspaper and periodicals. The amount received on such sale is shown as income and credit side of the income and expenditure account. See, these are very factual things and you need to buy at these things. There is no any option. We will try to prepare a separate code for it and we will post it on Telegram channel so that it will be easy for you to remember. Next, the seventh is sale of old fixed assets. The sale of proceeds of old fixed assets. What is old fixed assets? It may be building, it may be the land, okay, are treated as capital receipts. Why? Because you are selling your capitals, fixed asset capitals you are selling. The profit or loss on sale fixed asset is shown in the income and expenditure account. Next, honorarium. What is honorarium? See, if you are running an organization and it is a non-profit organization, okay, non-profit organization, and your whole intention is just to provide education to the students, as we are doing on our channel. We are completely NPO and we are trying to provide a free education and the quality education to you students or you guys. Therefore, our intention is not to prepare any profit, okay, not to produce any profit. At that time, we will call a guest so that he can provide lecturer for you on our channel. In order to provide some benefit for him, we will make some expenditure on him. Now, that expenditure is not a salary for him, but it is called honorarium. See, it is paid to someone for receiving any service from the person who are not the employees of the NPO. Hope you understood. So these were some of the terms related to NPO, and it is more than enough. You need not to read anything else than this. If you have not watched previous video, please do watch it. And we have also completed the social security full classes. The playlist link will be provided in descriptions. You can join the Telegram channel, and if you have any queries, you can comment. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. If you feel that content is really good, then give a thumbs up for us so that it will motivate for us. Thanks for watching the video. Stay tuned.